Hey Bookie, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Becca. This video is going to be different. I don't know if I want to make this an after altar video, which I probably end up doing, but I wanted to share this particular video because this video is going to be the first of a series that I'm doing for my email subscribers. So if you have not subscribed to the email list, make sure you click the link in the description box to do that, because they get all of the things. They get things that the general population don't get. And this video is going to, like I said, be the first of many that will be going to my email subscribers. So I wanted to kind of give you guys a sneak peek and a glimpse of what that's like. In this video, I'm going to be talking about things that I'm focused on in eclipse season. And at first, I was going to name this video Pisces Season's Thoughts, because a lot of the things that I am going to be focused on during eclipse season came about during the tides of Pisces season, and I wanted to expound on them. And so, like I just said a second ago, this is going to be the first in many videos in which I'll be breaking down the 4 things that I'm going to be focusing on during eclipse season. Okay, so we just had our lunar eclipse, and this one coming on the heels of a full moon and a Mercury retrograde all at the same time brought up a lot of stuff. And I know it brought up a lot of stuff for a lot of people. And I decided that I'm going to do eclipse season a little bit differently this year. And I am going to go back into my hermit cave. And I am going to really deep dive in a way that I haven't deep dived before. And I'm nervous about it, but I'm also excited about it, because I feel like a lot of times as someone, and I've talked to other, spiritualists about this as well, as somebody who is on social media, who has a platform, but is also a spiritual practitioner, who also shares, knowledge and things of that nature. Sometimes that can be forefront. We can get engulfed in that. And I think it's important for us to take a step back sometime and to really take our social media breaks and cultivate what it is that we are experiencing, things that we are going through, things and thoughts that we feel like are private, but we also are teachers, so we kind of want to share them. And I'm pouring all of that into the community that I'm building myself versus sharing it with all of social media. So I wrote down 4 things that I am going to be focusing on in eclipse season, and each of these things are going to be a video which will be available to my email list. And those things are, the first of which being taking advantage of my isolation period. We are going to be talking about ancestral equity, which is a video that I did a couple of weeks ago on here. Being present and defining my ancestral practice. All of these things made their way to the surface during Pisces season as something that I need to focus on. And each of them are important in their own way, which is why I want to do a video for each of them. But what I'm going to say is, I'm going to encourage you guys, even if you don't do it the same way that I'm doing it, but do your own deep dive this eclipse season. I feel like a lot of times we're so scared. Girl, what? We're so afraid of these transits, mainly eclipses and retrogrades. And I am from the school of thought of the Nefer Phoenix of the Hood Botanica, shout out to the Hood Botanica, who talks about, and she's the only one that I've seen talk about the eclipses and eclipse season in the ways that she has, which has also strengthened the way that I look at eclipse season. And taking a step back from looking at it is something that needs to be feared. And for me personally, using it as a catalyst to be able to bring forth a new train of thought around these transits and how I interact with them. And so I take pride in the fact that I have been, and honestly, this was a conversation I was having on my Twitter timeline earlier. about our shadow side and about how a lot of times we're afraid of our shadow, we neglect our shadow, or we're taught that our shadow is something that we need to look at um, as something that is negative, right? And I have, in the last couple of years, been able to cultivate a very interesting relationship with my shadow, so much so to the point where I've come to the understanding that I've created beautiful things from my shadow. I really have. And it's when I'm working in tandem with my ego and with my shadow alongside my higher self that I'm able to really see things in a whole totally different new way. And that's what I was really afforded during Pisces season, which is why I took the time and wrote down the things that came up. I did a lot of journaling during Pisces season. I did a lot of sitting down and filming videos. Some videos that may never see the light of day, but I feel like I needed to get it out. Some of which will be shared with my email subbies. But all in all, I feel like for April and throughout the duration of the eclipse season, I really want to focus on these four things because I feel like they're a level up. I feel like they're scary, but they're going to level me up in a way that me playing safe would never allow. And that is why I encourage y'all to do the same. Taking advantage of my isolation period looks like me understanding that because I'm in isolation, I'm not being punished. And I'm going to expound more of these in their own separate videos, like I've stated like 3 times at this point. But being in isolation doesn't have to be a punishment. It can actually be very rewarding. And I'm looking forward to that at the moment. Ancestral equity, which I said before I talked about here on this channel, remembering that my dead folk has brought me through so much and using that as proof in a world where I personally always feel like I need proof. I need substantial evidence that what I'm doing is right, or I'm on the right path, or the things that were promised to me are coming. Like using that ancestral equity and that remembering that they brought me this far and they didn't bring me this far just to bring me this far. Being present is something that I struggle with so much that I really want to tap into during eclipse season, because I feel like in order for me to do any of the other 3 things that I'm talking about, I'm going to have to be more present. I'm going to have to not live so much in the past and be so afraid of the future. Like, what can I do in this moment? What can I do in this moment? It's definitely like top tier, top notch. And last but not least, defining my ancestral practice. A lot of people will be like, Becca, you already have one. Yes, I do. But at the same time, as we grow, our practices grow. As we evolve, our practice evolves. And who I was 10, 15 plus years ago when I first started practicing hoodoo is not who I am in 2024. It's not who I am as a 34-year-old. It's not who I am as somebody who has studied, who has, sat at the feet of the elders that I do have access to. I'm just not the same person. And that looks like me having to redefine and rebuild and restructure what my practice looks like for me. There are going to be some things that I don't resonate with anymore that aren't applicable to the type of journey that I want to have, that I'm going to have to look at. There are new things that are being made aware to me, like new gifts and things of that nature that I really want to sit with and really want to deep dive with during eclipse season. And I just feel like it's the perfect time to do it. So definitely defining my ancestral practice and seeing what that looks like moving forward and getting excited about it, because I know that for as much as a hoodoo as I am, that's not the last stop. Like I'm fully aware of that, and I'm also aware of the fact that I have a very expansive mind and I love learning. Even if I don't practice what I learn, I love learning. I love being aware of other ways to be in the presence of God, so to speak. So that is what I'm going to be focusing on during eclipse season. And again, I encourage you to take some time, and because y'all know Mecca loves a handy dandy notebook, take some time and jot down some things, journal about some things that you want to tap into during eclipse season. And maybe that'll help take some of the fear out of it for you. But that's what I'm going to be doing. Um, if you would like to journey with me as I do this, feel free to sign up for my email list. These videos will strictly be going to my email subscribers. So if you would like to be privy, it's completely free. But if you would like to be privy, make sure that you go sign up for the email list in the description. And I hope to talk to you guys about it soon. Hit them comments. Let me know what you guys want to do as far as what your focus is for eclipse season. Let's talk about it. Until next time, be great, get bread, stay all the way live, and with everything in April, be intentional. Have the month you conjure. Peace.